Hi, I'm Sandy, and welcome to Life with Sandy. Well, good morning. Well, it's actually good afternoon, but I always start off with good morning. Look at my shirt. I was in a happy mood today. But today is Thursday, August 16th, and we do have some birthdays. My cousin Paul, who lives in Minnesota, where I went to his house, and him and his wife Kathy went there last month, beginning of this month. He doesn't watch my channel. Can you believe it? He doesn't watch my channel, although he's been on numerous videos. Because if you check out our family video, I'll put the link down below to the video when I was in Minnesota. We had such a good time. This is our last night. The video I'm going to show you is the last night we were there. There was a little bit of alcohol involved in some of the filming, but we had a good time. But today is Paul's birthday. Even though he doesn't watch, I will sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Paul. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's also, I had to write her name down because I didn't want to mess it up. Anne Marie Papaya, Papaya. Papaya. Anne Marie, you knew I'd mess it up. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Anne Marie. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And it's also Jenny Dahlen. Dahlen. D-A-H-L-E-N. Oh, it's like I feel like a teacher, like when you were saying but anyway, Jenny, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jenny. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope all three of you have a great birthday. When I was saying about the teacher trying to remember how to pronounce your name, it reminded me of a story when I was in high school. My lab partner was this really nice young man. He was a boy. But now when I'm older, I can call him a nice young man. When the teacher was reading off our names, they came to his name and he didn't want to answer. The teacher kept looking at it and looking at it and looking at it. And then finally, the boy raised his hand. He says, "You're looking at it right. It's Hercules." His mother named him Hercules Jefferson. I had picked the smartest, best lab partner because science was not my thing. And he loved all of that stuff. And we had to pick a lab partner. And I don't know, he just kind of, I don't know. I didn't know that he was the smartest boy. It was a smart choice on my part. It was a lucky choice, let me say. But he was sitting nearby me, and he was kind of like sitting kind of off to the side, that people were kind of, ostracizing him or stuff. I always went out of my way to talk to people that just nobody else ever liked, or for whatever reason. I just went out of my way, and I tried to teach my children the same thing. But I asked him if he wanted to be my lab partner, and he just kind of looked shocked, and he goes, "Yes." Boy, did I luck out, because he was a straight A student. It was like, oh my gosh, and I didn't know that at the time. But I know that when I was a lunch mother, that I always tried to get people, like if I saw somebody kind of ostracized, kind of sitting to the side, I would see someone else that was kind of sitting to the side, and I'd join them together, because it was like, sometimes you couldn't get the popular kids to like the less popular kids. But if I think in every class there's more unpopular kids than there are popular kids. And sometimes you just got to match them up. And a couple of my matchups, not necessarily boy and girl, they could have been boy, girl, whatever. But you could see that they became fast friends. So I like to think I did my little part in the world. I loved being a lunch mother. I absolutely loved it. I was so involved in the school when my kids were growing up. I was a den mother. I was on the worship committee. I was a lector at the church. I worked at the bingo. I was the head of the moms and dads, which is like a PTA. I was the head of that. I was a chaperone. I just loved being all involved. And I was a teacher's aide, and it just, it was just something I really loved doing. And the side part of it was I got paid for doing some of the stuff. Well, being a lunch mother, I got paid. All the other stuff was free. But I just so enjoyed it. I was a coach for the Little League. I was really active. Even my weight never stopped me from doing anything in my life. And that's probably one of the reasons why I always stayed overweight, because I never let it stop me from doing what I wanted to do. I just, I always felt that it was something I would do later on in life. And here it is later on in life, and I'm trying to do it now. But it was just something that, like I try to do. I think that so much this year, I was trying to be so perfect. I was just, every week I'd start and I'm going to be perfect this week. I'm not going to mess up. I'm going to be perfect on my plan. I'm not going to worry about any progress I'm going to make. I just know I'm going to be perfect. And then as soon as I put a bubble, put a pin in that bubble, it was like, okay, you're not perfect. And then I would just start talking negatively to myself. And that's why I started gaining my weight, because I thought I had to be perfect. And with Weight Watchers, trying to get the blue dot, always trying to get a blue dot. And then when I did get a blue dot, I kind of felt disappointed in myself, and it just led to binging. Even though I show you my food sometimes now, not all the time, I just think that I just felt kind of food had a grasp on me. It had a control of my life. And then I felt that if I wasn't being perfect on my plan, that I wasn't being perfect in life. And then I would beat myself up, and it would start this vicious cycle again. So now I'm just striving not to be perfect. I'm just striving to make my best way forward. And I think that, like you make choices. Yesterday I was way under on my calories. I know that. But I wasn't hungry. I wasn't the least bit hungry. So there's no point in eating just to reach a calorie count. The day before I was a little bit over. So I think in the long run it's going to balance out, and I just know that that's just something I have to work on. And not so worried about getting a blue dot, because I've proven to myself that I can still eat healthy, eat the foods that I love, and not feel guilty about it, and still get pretty close to my calorie count each week. I am just past looking at the big picture of getting to a certain number, and I just know that I'm just beyond that now. I want to lose weight, but I'm not going to set a certain amount. I'd like to get into the next set of digits either way. With the loss, I'd like to get into, like I'm in the 60 pounds loss now. I want to get to the 70s. I'm not going to lie to you, but I don't want to get back. I want to get back into the 30s. So want to go down in the number as far as my weight, and I want to go up in the number as far as my weight loss. So just realizing that as much as I'd like to think I can be perfect on a plan, I can't. I just can't. I know I should have a better positive attitude about that, but I think when I face the reality of my life, no, I love to eat out. I love to have my family over. I love to make big dinners for my family. And I know a lot of you think that, like, well, you make all these desserts and things like that, and you're tempting your family, and my family is overweight. You have to want to do this yourself. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter whether or not you do it or not. And it just comes to be expected. Like, I want to be the grandma that everybody goes, well, when we go to grandma's house, we know we're going to have cake and ice cream. I just know that also that they can just say, we're going to go to grandma's house, we're going to have a good time. Grandma's going to spend a lot of time with me. Grandma's going to be in my life. I didn't have grandmas in my life when I was growing up. My one grandma lived in Boston. My other grandma didn't like kids. So it's like I didn't have a grandma. But my mother was a really good grandma, and I try to base my life as being as good as my mother. I'll never reach that level. But I'm trying as hard as I can, because my mom was a really good mom, and she was a really good grandma. And I just want people to, when I'm gone, just to say, I had the best grandma ever, or I had the best mom ever. And to me, that's more of an achievement in my life than any kind of a weight loss, is to have people talk kindly about me, whether I'm here in the room with them or whether they talk about me about something else, like they go, oh, Sandy's such a good person or something like that. I think that's that shows more success in my life than any kind of a weight loss, is how people perceive me. And I really do think people see me who I am. I have no edit button, you know that. I like to think that I'm very kind. And it's not to say that I'm not very kind at times. I saw a meme on Facebook, which I shared, was like, in the one little paragraph, it says, be kind to people. You don't know what they're dealing with. That's what, me, it says me. Be kind to what people are dealing with. You never know what they're going through. And then right underneath it says, also me. Nice turn signals, asshole. That sums me up. You've driven with me. I get very aggravated with people when they drive. It's like, I don't know. And then when I was talking to Denise yesterday, and she said how long it took her to take Josh to drive him to his job. I've told you 30 minutes is my comfort zone. It just really, anything over 30 minutes and I go into a panic thing. I don't know why. I can drive around my neighborhood for like hours and hours and hours, and it doesn't affect me. But to know that I got to get in the car and drive somewhere for an hour or even 35 minutes, it's like. So when I had to drive Josh to work yesterday, when I went with Denise, when we went to pick him up the night before, she didn't want to drive at night alone because she had to wait in the parking lot for him to come out from where he was working. So I said I'd go with her. It took her about 40 minutes. Well, the whole time I kept saying, this is beyond my comfort zone. This is beyond my comfort zone. I'm never going to be able to do it. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. But then I knew I had to do it, so I sucked it up, Buttercup. And so I drove him. So we were talking yesterday, and she was saying about, like how long it takes her out of her day. It takes her almost like 4 hours because his car is still getting repaired. It's supposed to be done tomorrow, I think. But anyway, she says, well, it's 2 hours there, like there, round trip, 2 hours there and 2 hours back. I says, no, it's really like only an hour there and an hour back. And she says, well, how do you figure? And I said, well, I timed it because this is how anal I am. When he got in the car, I noticed what time it was. And I'm thinking, okay, 30 minutes, 35 at the most. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. And so I looked at the time, and by the time we got there, it was like 31 minutes. I got home at 28. So then when I was telling Denise, she timed herself driving, and she says it took her 40 minutes. And I go, well, that just proves how fast I drive. Because I must have been like fast driver or something, but anyway. Oh, when we got Jim's chair yesterday, I want to tell you the story about Jim's chair. We went to Gardner White. I don't know if that's a national brand like thing, but in Michigan, there's like in my area, Michigan, Gardner White. It's pretty good sized furniture store. So we went into Gardner White, and the sales lady came up, and Jim told her, I'm looking for a recliner. And he said, but I don't want it to rock. And I don't want it to be too small. So she said, okay. So then she's walking him through the store, and he sat in every recliner. And I knew I was going to get a chair too, so I'm just kind of half-eyed looking at chairs to see if there's any chairs that I really like. And I didn't see any. And he was trying so many different chairs. Oh, this one's too big. He's like the Papa Bear. Everything was. So finally, I think she just got fed up with him, to be honest with you. She says, I'll be right back. And she come back with this other salesperson, and she said, this is Darnell. He's a recliner specialist. He'll be the one to help you. So he, was bringing Jim around, showing him all the different things and showing him all the different models and stuff. And I did sit in one chair that I did like, which was a recliner, which was motorized. You'd have to plug it in, which I really wasn't that keen on that part. But when I went to get up, which I do know, this is what I do. I lean onto stuff, and I leaned onto it, and you could hear the cracking of the furniture. And I said, oh my God, and it was really loud. Even the salesperson heard it. And I said, oh my gosh, I said I was going to buy this chair, but now I'm not going to buy this chair. And he said, no, it's just because a lot of people have sat in it. And I'm thinking, well, how long has it been in the showroom, first of all? And it doesn't matter how many people sat in it. My family is big, so there's going to be big people sitting in it. I'm going to sit in it, and every time I get up, I know I'm going to use the armrest. As much as I'm going to tell myself I'm not going to do it. And so then he said, well, no, it's like when they move it and stuff. Everything you're telling me is just telling me I don't want to buy this chair. So I said, no, we don't want to buy the chair. But we took his card in case, because Jim did see one that he kind of half liked, but he wasn't really like sold on. So we took his card, and then I said, well, why don't we go over to Bob's Furniture, because Christy has a chair that I absolutely love. When I go to Christy's house, I I always grab that chair. It's a chair and a half. It's not a love seat, but it's not a chair. It's like a chair and a half. And it is just so comfortable. You just kind of sink into it, and it's just perfect. And then it's got an ottoman that comes with it. It's where I sit all the time when I go. So we go into Bob's Furniture, which I think, once again, is just a local furniture store. And the salesperson just kind of said, like, we don't have anything on sale. We never have anything on sale. Everything's always regular prices, blah, blah, blah. And then she said, like, all the recliners are in with all of the things, so, I can go with you if you want, or you can just look around and then I'll come and find you. That's the perfect salesperson for me. I don't like people hovering over me. So we're going and we're trying all these chairs. And then Jim's sitting in this one chair, and I sat in this one chair that matched our furniture perfectly. It was so comfortable, and it had all of the features that Jim wanted. The only thing it had was this really ugly fuzzy pillow that came with it. Why you needed the pillow on a recliner, I don't know. But anyway, it came with this really ugly fuzzy pillow. And Jim was sitting on it, or I was sitting on it, and I said, Jim, try this one. Well, it was a white one. And he said, well, I thought we didn't want white. And I go, no, because the salesperson had come by, and I was sitting on it, and she says, oh, it also comes, and she showed me a couple other chairs. So it came with another chair in another color that matched it perfectly. It wasn't like the recliner, the chair was in a different set, but it was like from the same manufacturer. So Jim sat in it, and he fell in love with it. He absolutely loved it. Now, we had agreed when we went, we weren't going to worry about matching or whatever. We've reached an age where we just want comfort. That's all. I don't entertain a lot. It's only my family. I don't really care if they think I don't have furniture that matches. I just want to be comfortable. So he sits in it. It has like the back brings up and goes back. It goes all the way down like a bed. It was like perfect. And then it comes back up, and then the things come up. It was like perfect. And he loved it. He says, okay, this is the one I want. And I said, are you sure? And he said, yes. I said, well, let's look at a few more chairs. And we did. We looked at a few more. But he came back to that one like 2 or 3 times. He said, this is the chair I want. I said, okay, that's the chair you're going to get. He said, well, you haven't found a chair yet. I said, oh, well, I'll know it when I see it. And so we were walking to the register, and there's something similar, close, similar, not the same. We always say that from airplane. Close, similar, not the same. But we saw the chair that I thought I was going to like, so I took my shoes off, made myself comfortable, and put my feet up on the ottoman and just kind of sunk back in it, and I went, this is my chair. And so Jim says, well, you don't even know how much it is. And I went, this is my chair. I don't really care. So she says, oh, that one's in stock. She says, as a matter of fact, the recliner's in stock too. You can get both of them on Tuesday. And so I says, oh, okay. So she says, well, let me, write it all up for you. And so we said, okay. So we were doing 90 days, same as cash. Well, no, it's 12 months, same as cash. But we're going to pay it off before then. But we thought, well, might as well. So Jim filled out all the information for that. And he said, well, I have to go to the bathroom. And so I said, okay. So they get all done filling it out. The credit, obviously the credit went, well, not obviously, but the credit went through, everything, went through with everything. And then the manager comes over, goes over the receipt, blah, blah, blah. Is this okay? This, all right. And he said, yeah. So then he says, well, I have to witness Jim signing it then. And I said, okay. I said, well, he just went to the bathroom. So then Jim comes up and he says, you're going to kill me, but I found a better chair. I said, okay. So then the lady looks and she says, oh, let me see it. And all of the chairs, here's a picture of Jim's chair. Okay, now we went in with the understanding we were going to pick a comfortable chair and we weren't going to worry about it. Did Jim not pick the ugliest chair in the whole store? I think it's the ugliest chair in the whole store. And it was like, I thought, well, I thought you liked that other one, which matched perfectly with, I told you, we weren't worried about matching. We weren't worried about matching when we first went in. But I thought, it's ugly. It's just so ugly. The picture doesn't do it justice to how ugly it really is. I know that's terrible to say, but comfort is what we were going for, and comfort is what Jim got. So he said, no, this is the one I really, really want. He says, you don't like it. And I went, I don't like it. It doesn't match. It's kind of ugly, but if it's what you really want, obviously we're going to get it, because we're not going for looks, we're going for comfort. And so he says, no, this is what I really want. And I said, okay, if this is what you really want. So we had to re-ring it, and then that's when we found out that because it was a special order, I think it's because it's so ugly people don't buy it, so they have to special order it to get it made. But and I was surprised that she said only 6 to 8 weeks, because Jimmy ordered some furniture from Lazy Boy last year and he's still waiting to get it delivered. So so I was surprised when she only said 6 to 8 weeks, because if she would have said longer, I would have just told them we're going to ring them up separately, because I'm going to get my chair before his. And then she says, well, you know, they might have it in sooner. If they do, I'll give you a call. And I says, okay, that sounds good. You can just give me a call if it comes in sooner. So then she wrote it all up, signed all the things. She gave us all of our stuff. She says, oh, thank you. So then we're sitting there, and then Jim says, you want to see something extra special on this chair? This is why we bought the damn chair. This is exactly why he bought this damn chair, is because when you push the arm thing, it opens up and there's a cup holder. I know that's why he bought this chair. Never mind that we have a table right next to him where he can put the cup where he's got to get it. No, he's got it on it. You'll never convince me. Oh, that man of mine. You'll never convince me. I think that was the selling feature on this chair. But Jim's happy, and that's all that matters to me, is if Jim's happy. And I can put up with it. Like I said, we were going for comfort, not looks. And Jim just lived up to that. Comfort, not looks. So, anyway, that's it for now. Danny might come over today. I don't think so. If he does, I'll film him. But he would have been here by now, because it's 2 o'clock. I haven't eaten yet. Oh, I went to the foot doctor today, and my foot is progressing very well. Even when he was maneuvering it or manipulating it or whatever you want to call, it just hurt just a little bit. And he says, well, how would you rate how you're feeling right now? And I said, I would put it at about a 90%. And he said, well, he says, it feels like a 95. He's a jokester. I said, oh, okay. It's like, no, but I said, it's about a 90. He said, well, we'll make an appointment for a month. Continue on with wearing the brace and using the water bottle. Try to use your support shoes as much as you can with your inserts. And he said, make an appointment for a month, but if you're feeling better, just cancel it. Don't come in. He says, but, we'll do it for that. I says, oh, okay. But when I was going into I know I'm kind of chatty today. I was thinking, what do I have to talk about today? I don't think I have anything to talk about. Oh, let me tell you about that. Something always comes into my mind. Anyway, when I was going in, I wanted to film my opening in front of this big lilac bush, which is, I think it's a lilac. You let me know in the comments below what my opening flowers were behind me. I'm thinking they were lilacs. No, not lilacs. Marigolds. No, not marigolds. Magnolias? You'd think I would know, because I have 2 bushes of them. Let me know in the comments below what kind of flowers there were behind me. They were gorgeous. But anyway, there was a lady going in, and I thought to myself, it would be funny if she checked in before me. And sure enough, yes, she checked in before me. We went to the same doctors. She was in front of me, and she said, I have a 10:15 appointment with Dr. Fagoli. And I just kind of chuckled to myself. And then she went and sat down, and then I went in, and I said, yeah, I have a 10:15 appointment. And so they said, okay. So I sat down, and I said, do you realize that we both have a 10:15 appointment with the exact same doctor? He's going to go, poof, and he's going to see us both at the same time. She says, yeah, they do that. She says, I wouldn't be surprised if there's triple booked. And sure enough, here comes a man sitting down next to me. 3 people for the same appointment. So I got there at 10:15, and my appointment was at 10. Oh, I got there at 10:14. I always try, when I go to work or anything like that, I try to get there a little bit early, but a doctor's appointment, I'm right on time, because you know what? Like I said, they double, triple book. I don't really, I'm not going to get in at 10:15, even though I know my appointment's at 10:15. I was back in my car at 11:10. So, and he was only in the office with me maybe 5 minutes. So, okay, now I'm done babbling. Yeah, I am. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, share if you think somebody might like to see it. Stay safe. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Be healthy. Be kind.